Well, hey everybody, how you doing? For about a year now, I've asked my subscribers to send me their questions about musical concepts and things, and I have just started to answer them. Sometimes I answer in an email, but I thought making a video might be fun. I'm going to call this series Because I Felt Like It. And the reason for that is when most of my students ask me how I came up with something or where it came from, I answer because I felt like it. And that's really kind of the way I play. Of course, I've studied and I just pick like from a palette. It's like a painter. You pick a yellow color, a green color, and that's how I come up with ideas. However, this question, which comes from Larry, says, "Hey Jamie, can you help me to make more of a cadence like a 2/5 to 1 or even a 5 to 1?" And so the most famous of all in our culture is 5/1. So if this is the 1 chord, G, the 5 chord is D. And that chord wants to move. We're not going to get into the reasons why in this video, but 5 is the strongest resolving chord we have in our culture. In all kinds of music, we expand the cadence by adding a chord before the 5 chord. So we have a 2, 5, and 1. Now you hear that all the time in pop music, you hear it in jazz, right? You hear it in classical music. And the way I think about endings and cadences is 3 components. One would be the bass motion. Now, most of you know I started as a bass player. So first I find my bass that I want, and then the second one, almost as important, would be the voice leading or the melody you hear. So is where I'm thinking, right? And that's where this comes from. Bass and the melody. Now what you can do after that is enrich the inner voices, which would be the component 3. And so for this example, I would have an A minor 7, right? And instead of the D7, I'm going to make it a D7 but flat to 5. So make that D7 flat 5. It's really kind of nice. And for the last chord, because I feel like it, I'm going to make it a cluster chord, which has a second in it. So this will be a G, an F sharp, and a D. So now this 2/5/1 sounds like, right? Now you could do brings it to minor. We'll go into that another time. So let me show you that one more time. Okay? So that's one way. Now if I want to make the melody just a little bit more interesting, we might try. That's pretty nice. So we can go like, just like an independent note, right? Or harmonize each one. That last chord is just a G chord with a 9 on the bottom. So let's hear that one. So if I want to move the bass note, if we want to move the bass note, we got, right? So now another way to do this would be to actually just do a melody like, right? Let's do that again. Now all I was doing there was thinking this. And I used 2 chromatic notes above it to give it a little more motion. Added that note in, so if we want to harmonize that, we can play like. Let's do that again. Okay, now we could also harmonize that with all kinds of triads. Okay, and for the third example, I want to show you thinking just from the bass. Okay, again, I always work with targets, so this is where I want to get to. And just because I feel like it, I go to here. Okay, so the easiest way would be A minor, B minor, C major, C diminished. Did I skip a note? No. And then to G. Right? If I want to make that a bit more interesting, a bit more rich, depending on whether it's appropriate for the music or not, this time I'd like to play it with more texture in the chords. So there's nothing wrong with just playing A minor, B minor, C, C sharp diminished, you know. But for the fusion and jazz and some prog, I like to, lots of different kinds of music actually, I like to make the chords a little bit more rich. Here's A minor 9, right? B minor 7, now C major 9, C sharp diminished. Instead of D7, we'll do a D7 flat 9, and then we'll do that chord again. Okay, let's try that. Ready? Now, you can melodicize some of this on top of this. So we got like, and then play C major 7. So, these are the same chord. And then G. Anyway, I hope this is inspiring you to do some more stuff. Please keep the questions coming. I appreciate you all. And please respond and let me know you enjoyed it. Keep the questions coming. All right, have a good day, everybody. Thanks.